Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you are enjoying your weekend. I am going to aim to be really ambitious this weekend because I'm going to do 2 videos at the same time. This one, we're going to discuss some Physicians Formula products, the foundation, and the Spotlight Primer. And then I'm going to attempt to do a quick little review on the Love Luxe palette that just launched this morning. So we're gonna see if I can do 2 things at once. But let's get down to business. I have the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It does have SPF 20, brightening complex for all skin types, blah 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 blah. Hold on. I'm not gonna you guys know I'm not gonna get deep and read every single little claim. I'm just gonna hit the high points, which long wearing, buildable, breathable foundation that provides lightweight, medium to full coverage with a healthy satin finish. Comes in 16 shades. They do kind of the first 4. They're divided into 4 color categories. Light, it starts with L. M for medium, D for dark, and then DP for deep. I picked up MC1, which would be medium cool 1. It would be the lightest shade when in the medium spectrum. I had a hard time picking out a color. Even though this is in a very nice glass, it's actually glass, see-through bottle. Even when you hold the other shades up next to it, they just look so similar. And I've heard from a couple people this oxidizes. So we shall see. You do get 1 fluid ounce. Prices vary depending on where you get it. The Spotlight Illuminating Primer is a universally flattering illuminating primer that blurs, corrects, and protects to deliver a radiant spotlight glow. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put primer on half of my face to see if it really makes that much of a difference. Hair up. And the primer is also in a glass frosted bottle. And again, you do get 1 fluid ounce. Primer has a pump. I'm trying to keep it minimum because I'm only doing half of my face, so I'm trying not to do a full pump. It's pretty. You can definitely see the pearlescence in it. Oh, maybe I should use a mirror and not the viewfinder. Imagine that. Oh, I didn't mean to put it there because I don't want to put it. Oh wait, it's supposed to blur, so maybe I do. Sometimes when I get an illuminating primer, I try to avoid my yucky area. You guys know I hate that area because I don't want to bring any attention to it with something luminous. Let me light up my big fat pores. Wow, this is pretty. I'm not rubbing it in all the way. Can you see? Yeah, you can. Isn't it pretty? So it definitely does illuminate. And very much so reminds me of that Becca. I do like both Becca primers, the purple one as well. I know not everybody does, but you guys know I'm a dry skin type, so things that are illuminating I like because I feel like it makes me look less dull. Alright, so we're all rubbed in. And I think I can see the difference, so I'm pretty sure you can. Alright, let's try the foundation on. And this actually does say shake on here, but I just am in the habit of shaking everything. Now, you would think this is a pump, but luckily I communicated with someone on Instagram and they already gave me the info. This is not a pump. So, because I would have, just tried to pull off the top. It twists off, and it's a paddle. Well, not really a paddle, a big hunky doe foot applicator. Like, I think this is larger than Tarte Shape Tape. And it's got a fuzzy on it. Like, how the heck can I have a fuzzy on it? Because this was sealed. I broke the seal right before I turned the camera on. Ugh. Let me smell it. Hold on. Oh. It smells straight up like some paint. Ooh, whew, man. Let's hope, like, when I put it on, it doesn't have that. I'm going to do half of my face at a time because I'm going to do a beauty blender and a brush like I usually do. So I don't know what this is like coverage wise, so I'm just starting with a little. I hope to God that smell doesn't carry over. I don't smell anything right now, but if you sniff it straight from the bottle, you ain't gonna like it, so don't do it. I think I did okay with color match, actually. Yeah. I have heard from others it oxidizes, so we shall see. I don't think it's full coverage. No. I can see all my freckles, everything. I almost feel like I didn't do anything, so I guess I gotta pile it on. So let's go for some more. In a way, I don't like this applicator because let's say you have acne prone skin and, you know, you're dabbing on your face, any germs, oils, even if you don't have acne prone skin or, you know, whatever, you know, regardless, you're gonna transfer some type of bacteria, whatever, to this and stick it back in the bottle. I just have issues with that because I'm like a little bit germaphobe, I guess. Alright, that is a little better. Now beauty blenders, as you know, will thin things out. So let's see what happens with the brush. I can still see some of my freckles. As far as like any blurring of my uglies, not so much, but it didn't promise to. I'm almost positive that wasn't one of the claims. So let's see if primer makes a difference. So I'm just gonna, because brush hopefully will get me better coverage. So let me start. I almost was gonna go crazy, but then I was like, wait a minute, hold up, because the brush might get me better coverage. Wow, this is definitely some illuminating primer, because this side almost looks like, you know, slightly dewy, where the other side, I do agree that it is, you know, a satin finish. I'm definitely dewy. Like, I almost have like built-in highlighter. Well, this is because it's still wet. In person, I can tell the difference between the primer doing it and the foundation still needing to dry a little. And it's also some of my lights just being reflective. Still see my freckles, my beauty mark here. So I wouldn't call it full. It says medium full, so it doesn't say, you know, the full Monty. So I'm only going to add a little. Just to see what happens. Man, you really do smell that when you first put it on. I would call this medium. But again, I can still see my freckles. I see the freckles here on my nose. I see my little freckle here. So this is not going to give you complete full coverage, flawlessness, little imperfections. Well, any imperfections I think are still going to show through. So if you have, you know, a lot of scars or anything to cover up, I don't think this is going to do it for you. I'm not going to go past 2 layers. That's a bit much. But this side is definitely more luminous and shiny than the other side. Alright, so what time is it? 12:50. I'm debating powder. I don't like the tacky feeling, so if it doesn't dry here in about 10 or 15 minutes or this feeling go away, I am going to very, very sparingly, just a tad of powder, because it's just for my own personal comfort. There's no way I can go around all day wearing something and feel that tacky feeling. I can't stand it. So, alright, I will see you guys in a couple hours. Hello guys, time to do foundation check-in. I am really late, I am so sorry. First there was the thunder and lightning storm that lasted like an hour, and you guys know I'm trying to be ambitious and do 2 videos in one day, so that's why I look a little crazy right now. But the time is 5:37, so we're a little bit over the 4-hour mark, you know, approaching the 5th hour. I actually did, you know, work a little bit of sweat up because the makeup I have on, some of it is glow in the dark. So I had to charge it. So I had to go outside in the sun and stand directly in the hot sun, so my face would, the parts that are glow in the dark would heat up, and then run as fast as I could to the darkest room in my house and close the door and try to catch it on film. And I did this several times with the camera I'm using now to record, my phone, and I wanted to take multiple pictures. So I went back and forth quite a bit, and really gave this foundation, you know, a run for its money. I am losing it on my nose. You guys know that my nose is my problem area. I always lose foundation there. It's starting to break down. On the rest of my face, it looks good. It would not, that slight tackiness that I was talking about earlier, it just wouldn't, and I didn't have time to mess around because, like I said, I'm doing other things. So I did use a little tiny bit of Becca Hydra Mist right here, so it would finally set so I could put on makeup. But other than that, we're looking good. I don't feel dry, I don't have any flakes. I am settling just a little bit in this little crick in my face. I don't know what the heck you call that, right on the sides of my nose. It's settling there, and like I said, we're losing it there. But other than that, we're doing okay. It feels okay. I don't feel tight. I don't feel like a prune. So I will see you in a couple more hours. Hello. Time for the last check-in. Where's my phone? Have you ever been to the point where you're just like, oh my god, I cannot wait to take off my face? That's where I'm at right now. It's 8:45. We're close enough. So we're gonna call it a day at this. Totally, looks like it's just almost totally gone. Yeah, totally gone from my nose. So I haven't done anything like strenuous or, you know, exciting since my last check-in. I've actually kind of been just chilling out, taking pictures, trying to catch up on Instagram and messages, etc. The rest of my face looks good. Lost it a little bit on my chin because it looks shiny. Other than that, I look good. My forehead looks good. Everything else looks good. I don't feel dry. There's no like dry patches, no clinging. The little bit of settling I had going on in the, you know, in the sides of my nose hasn't gotten any worse. It, you know, I think from like, you know, me running around earlier is why that happened, but it didn't, you know, break down anymore. My pores, they actually are, you know, not as prevalent as they usually are. So I do feel like it disguised my pores better. And it does look better on this side than it's this side. Because remember, this side has primer on it. So surprisingly, that glowy primer did do a little something. Now, I have quite a bit of makeup on my face from the other video that I'm doing, so it's hard for me to determine if my complexion in a whole is glowier because I have a whole lot going on right now. I don't feel like one side of my face is more hydrated than the other, but the only thing I can definitely say is that my pores are a little bit more disguised here than they are here. If you want to try it, I don't think it's a bad primer. The foundation as a whole, I do agree that it's lightweight. I feel like there is nothing on my face, even though I put on a pretty good amount of it. I do think it's, for the most part, long wearing. It just didn't survive my nose, but there's not many foundations that do. So, I don't know. I'd give the foundation like a B. You know, it's not the worst I've ever used. The one thing I did not care for was the smell. Ugh, that was not good. So, you know, for drugstore, for $14, it's okay. There are, like the CoverGirl that I tried a couple days ago, that really impressed me, and it's cheaper. So, you know, I think there's definitely other routes to go, and the CoverGirl actually offers a lot more shades. So, you know, I don't think it's terrible foundation, and I don't think it's the best foundation. It's a for me. I don't know if that's really like a legitimate you know, review or legitimate feeling, but I'm just so about it. So I think you can do better, to be honest with you. I think if you had oily skin, you would definitely be in trouble, because I have dry skin and it came off. So I think if you had some oil, you wouldn't have anything left. So that's my 5 cents. I think we covered everything. I'm sorry, it's late. It's been a long day. I am pooped. I've been up since very early. But anyways, enough of my... Let me go for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.